here's Brody Brazil.
First off, I want to say a very special thank you to the now 75,000 subscribers on this channel. And yeah, that's a drop in the bucket compared to some other big channels and operations. But to somebody like me who's really put a lot more emphasis on this project, on this YouTube channel in the last several years, to see the growth, to see the response, it warms my heart. It's a tremendous feeling. And the biggest takeaway I have from all of this is a thanks to all of you who keep on watching the videos, commenting, supporting it, and sharing it with your friends. But with that said, I feel like these milestones offer the opportunity for me to kind of reassess my goals. What am I doing here on YouTube? What am I trying to accomplish with this channel? So I've got a couple 75,000 subscriber goals that I wanted to pass along here. Number one is to continue providing context to the stories that interest you. And I have to say, when I read the comments section, and I try to get through it as many times a day as I can, and as many comments as I can, I certainly don't see everything. But one of the biggest compliments that I like to get is, hey, I'm glad you're covering this story because it's important and I don't really see it anywhere else. So I'm wanting to find the right stories, number one, but I'm also, number two, trying to provide the right context, perspective, to help you understand it. Maybe to help you form an opinion, whether you agree with me or whether you totally counter what I'm saying, that's fine too. So long as I have a good point, maybe you agree, maybe you're a 180 on it, but it is to provide context to the stories that are interesting to you. Now, I'm not a reporter on the ground. I'm not out in the field. I clearly can't be in Tampa Bay to cover the Rays situation or with the White Sox to talk about what they want to do in a new stadium, or football teams or hockey teams or basketball teams. I'm here in my home studio. I am digesting all of this with my own life experience working in the sports media landscape and world, and my own perspectives of somebody who, again, has just been around this for a couple decades. That's where I get the context. That's where I get the background. So it's taking these stories, interpreting them, and kind of having the conversation about them. But it's the stories that interest you. That is one of my big aims, and that's one of the goals that I will continue on. Another channel goal, which I'm going to try and really get to this summer, is to take this show on the road. And what I mean, like this show, it's just a channel, not a show, but I do every video pretty much here in the home studio. And don't get me wrong, I love the home studio. I built it. I just made another video about how much I love the home studio. There's no question about that. But I also realize that there's a lot of times where I'm on the go, and maybe every video doesn't need this type of production value. It doesn't need all these bells and whistles. Sometimes maybe you'd rather have a video that's more timely than anything else. So I would like to do more YouTube videos outside of this home studio, but I never want to lose the production value. When I go back to comments and compliments that I really like, one of the biggest ones is, wow, your channel just looks great. Beyond what you might have to say, which I hope is also equal to the quality of production value, I do take a lot of pride in how this is presented to you. I want this to be very watchable and digestible and pleasant. So I do intend to take this show, again, more on the road. And whether that's talking to somebody else in person instead of doing a split screen like Zoom interview situation, maybe it's that, or maybe it's just me out in nature doing a baseball video that I normally would. It's just that the background is a little bit different and the production is a little bit different, but the value is still high. Another goal, as we're here at 75,000 subs, is to offer opinions and takeaways that stand the test of time. This has been interesting for me on YouTube because in other things I've worked on in the media landscape, if you're on television, well, you set it on a Tuesday and by Friday, it's gone. It doesn't live on. That show, unless somebody DVR'd it, but again, then it's just on their box, their television. How can you share it? Here on YouTube, it's a lot different. This video I'm making right now is going to exist, I think, forever. It will probably outlive me, and hopefully I've got another at least 44 years of life to go. But the point is, I'll laugh at 75,000. Hopefully someday we'll get to 750K. But the point is to come on here on YouTube and not be somebody with crazy off-the-wall opinions. And I also want to talk about takeaways in just a second. That has become one of my favorite parts of doing all these videos. That in just a second. But to offer opinions that stand the test of time, so that I'll tell you, there's no better feeling than me watching a video somebody will share with me that I did from 5 years ago. And I look back and say, you know what? That was a pretty mature, relevant, and turned out to be an accurate thought. Now, sometimes there are misses that I have. but at least there was some thought and care and consideration put into them. So I don't feel terrible about how I felt back then. Sometimes it's just a timestamp of where we were at that time and in that situation. So having them stand the test of time is important. But I also want to say that, when I do these videos and I usually break the video down and we get into all the details, we get in the weeds about this or that, or Angel Stadium, or you name it, the Rays situation, like I mentioned before, at the end of the video, when I truly get to spell out some thoughts and the takeaways, that has become one of my favorite parts of delivering this. I'm trying to save the best for last. Maybe I should do the takeaways earlier in the video sometimes, but to be able to offer these thoughts in a lined up opinion, and I never just scramble them up and throw them up on the screen. I always put a lot of thought and detail and consideration into my takeaways. So I have really liked delivering the takeaways as part of these videos. Another goal here at 75,000 subs is to continue being consistent and also relevant on a daily basis. Now, to put out at least one video a day, which I've now done for several years, oh my goodness, like every single day. So if I'm sick for a couple days, what happens? Hopefully I've got some already that we're already ready to go and I can use those. What if I'm on vacation for a week? Well, better have some good content. But see, relevant, right? Got to be relevant. I've made videos while on vacation. Some of you have noticed that. Others had no clue that I did that. But to be consistent and relevant year-round on an everyday basis, that is a challenge. But here's what I don't want to do. Just make videos to make videos. Every single one that I do, I think you or somebody else might like it. Maybe not everybody every single time, but I'm trying to serve a specific audience. I'm trying to have a point. Even in this video, I want to share with you my behind-the-scenes thinking here. Every single video has to have a purpose, so I want to be consistent and relevant on a daily basis. And then I think this is the last one here. We're at 75K. You know what? I used to not care about this as much. I've always thought about 100K as like that milestone, and I don't know, YouTube kind of makes it that way with the YouTube play button plaque thing that, by the way, if I were to ever get one, put in the comments down below. If you've watched this far, if I were to get a YouTube play button, like, should it go back there? But I don't know if it's going to look great with the lighting. Like, what? It won't fit down there. I don't want to replace that screen. Should I do like a screen image? Should I just put it up there already? Somebody else's play button? Where should I put the YouTube play button? If I were to be so lucky to get one, I don't know. But the point is here, now it's 75K, and I've seen how the last 6 months have gone. I've seen how the last 12 months have gone. I found a flow. I found a little rhythm and routine. You know what? I really do now. I just want to get to 100K. Let's just go. As my son will say, and he's only 7.5, let's go. In 2025, yeah, not just anytime soon. I think by the calendar year, I think that's an attainable goal. I might slow down a little bit in the summer, or there might be a drop in the algorithm, and who knows how this goes. It might have its twists and turns and be a roller coaster. But I do feel like it's 75K here in mid-April. I feel like so long as I keep up the hard work and pace, I do feel like we can do this. And I say we because, yeah, this channel has my name on it. It's my thing. It's my creation. But this is our channel, right? I always love to hear the feedback. A lot of you know who have sent me good story ideas and video ideas. I do those videos. I am paying attention. This is a community. And by the way, I can't wait until YouTube unlocks that ability in the future to make the posts section of everybody's channel. They've told us, the creators, about it, that they're going to. It's going to be almost like a Reddit style or even a Discord style message board, if you will. I can't wait to have that here on the channel so that I can communicate with people away from the video. So I don't need to go in every video's comments. You can go comment elsewhere on the channel. Or if you want to bring up something that has nothing to do with any of these videos, that would be great too. So this is our channel. I thank all of you for helping us get to 75,000, not me, us. And I can't wait to see what the future brings. So with that said, I mean, is it tasteless of me to say, hey, thumbs up on the video. Hey, make sure you're subscribing, because you probably already are. But you know what? No, forget that. Forget I just said that. I'll end the video by saying thank you for supporting this channel, supporting me and us as we continue to grow. See you next time.